She posted on LinkedIn, "So grateful my boyfriend connected me with his mentor. Just accepted an amazing job offer." Then she blocked me on everything. I congratulated her publicly, then sent my mentor the screenshots of her messages about playing me for connections. When her new boss, who was friends with my mentor, called her in on her second day, I, 29 male, met Vanessa, 27, about 8 months ago at a networking event. She worked in marketing, I'm in tech consulting. We hit it off, started dating pretty quickly. Things felt good, you know? She was ambitious, driven, fun to be around, or so I thought. About 4 months in, she started asking about my work. Not casual, "How was your day" stuff, but specific questions. Who do I work with? What projects? Who are the big players in my firm? I didn't think much of it. She said she wanted to transition from agency marketing to corporate tech marketing, wanted to understand the landscape. Then came the requests. "Babe, think you could introduce me to some people in your network? Just informational interviews, nothing serious." Sure, why not? I'm not a gatekeeper. I connected her with a few colleagues. She'd meet them for coffee, pick their brains, send thank you notes. Seemed normal enough. But then she started asking about Gregory. My mentor. Gregory's kind of a legend in our industry. VP of strategy at a major tech firm, 20 years experience, knows everyone worth knowing. He'd taken me under his wing 3 years ago when I was just starting out, still meets with me monthly for coffee and advice. Guy changed my career trajectory completely. "Do you think Gregory would meet with me?" Vanessa asked one night. "I saw that opening at his company for senior marketing manager. It's literally perfect for me." I hesitated, not because I didn't want to help, but because asking Gregory for favors felt significant. He's helped me so much already. "Let me feel it out," I told her. She smiled, kissed my cheek. "You're the best. This could really change my career." Week later, I brought it up with Gregory over our regular coffee. Casual, no pressure. "Hey, my girlfriend's looking to break into tech marketing. She's got solid agency experience. Would you be open to a quick chat with her? No obligations." Gregory's a good dude. "Sure, send me her LinkedIn. If she's qualified, I'll pass her info to the hiring manager. Can't promise anything, but I'll put in a word." That word from Gregory? That's gold. I knew it. Vanessa knew it. I made the introduction via email, professional, brief. Vanessa and Gregory grabbed coffee 2 weeks later. She texted me after, "OMG, he's amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Interview scheduled for next week." Over the next month, she went through 4 rounds of interviews. She'd come back to my place after each one. We'd debrief. I'd help her prep for the next round. I was genuinely excited for her. Relationship felt solid. We were talking about maybe moving in together by the end of the year. Then, last Monday happened. I'm scrolling LinkedIn during lunch, and there it is, her post. "So incredibly grateful to be starting my new role as senior marketing manager next week. Special thanks to my amazing boyfriend for connecting me with his mentor, Gregory Walsh. Your guidance and recommendation meant the world. Can't wait to start this new chapter. Blessed, career growth, grateful." The post had like 200 likes already. Comments from her friends, former colleagues, everyone congratulating her. I smiled, left a comment, "So proud of you." Then I tried to message her. We had dinner plans that night to celebrate. Message wouldn't send. Checked Facebook, blocked. Instagram, blocked. WhatsApp, blocked. Phone number, straight to a message. "The person you're trying to reach is not accepting calls." What the actual hell? I sat there in my office staring at my phone. 8 months. Helped her get her dream job. She thanked me publicly on LinkedIn while simultaneously blocking me everywhere else. The betrayal hit different. Not anger yet, just confusion, and this cold, sinking feeling. Spent the rest of the day in a fog. Got home, poured a drink, tried to make sense of it. Then I remembered something. A few months back, Vanessa left her laptop open at my place. She'd asked me to check if she got an email from a client while she was in the shower. I'd seen her messages app was open. Normally wouldn't snoop, but one conversation caught my eye. Her friend Becca. At the time, I dismissed it. Convinced myself I'd misread it. But now, I went through my phone. I'd screenshot it actually. Felt gross at the time, but something told me to keep it. The messages. Vanessa. "Okay, so the boyfriend situation is working perfectly. He just introduced me to Gregory Walsh." The Gregory Walsh, holy shit, V. Right? Coffee meeting next week. If I can get the job, I'm so done with Alex. He's nice, but like, boring? And not even that successful yet. Gregory's the real catch, but he's married, lol. You're terrible. What if Alex finds out? He won't. He's too trusting. Plus, I'm playing it perfect. Super supportive girlfriend. Always interested in his work. He eats it up. Just don't blow it before you get the job. Please, I've got this. Once I'm in at his company, I don't need Alex anymore. Might keep him around till I start just in case, but after that? I'd convinced myself I'd misunderstood. That it was just drunk talk between friends. Exaggerated venting. People say stuff they don't mean, except she'd meant every word. I stared at those screenshots for probably 20 minutes. Then I opened LinkedIn and left a reply to her post. Congratulations, Vanessa. Wishing you all the best in your new role. You've worked so hard for this opportunity. Professional, gracious, public. Then I opened a new message to Gregory. Me. Hey Gregory, hope you're well. Need to share something uncomfortable with you. It's about Vanessa. I attached the screenshots. Added some context about how I discovered them, the timeline of our relationship, and what happened today with the blocking. Me. I'm not asking you to do anything. Just thought you should know who you recommended to your company. She used our relationship to get access to you, and apparently played me the whole time. I feel like an idiot for not seeing it sooner. Sorry if this puts you in an awkward position. Sent it, closed my laptop, tried to sleep. Couldn't. Update 1. Gregory called me the next morning, Tuesday. I was still in bed, hadn't slept much. Alex, Jesus, I'm so sorry. His voice had that tone, disappointed, almost protective. Made me feel like I was his kid getting bullied at school. It's not your fault, I said. I should have seen it coming. No, you shouldn't have to. You tried to help your girlfriend. That's what decent people do. He paused. Those messages, that's calculating. I've seen ambitious, but that's something else. Yeah. Look, I need to tell you something. I forwarded your message to Derek. Derek Paulson, the CEO of Gregory's company. Also, Gregory's college roommate and one of his closest friends for 30 years. My stomach dropped. Gregory, I didn't ask you to. I know, but Derek needed to see it. She starts Monday. He's her boss's boss. This isn't about revenge, Alex. This is about character. We hire for culture fit as much as skills. Someone who manipulates relationships like that, who uses people as stepping stones, that's not who we want. I didn't know what to say. Derek's calling her in this Friday, Gregory continued. Day before she starts. HR will be present. They're going to address it directly. I don't know what'll happen. Could be a warning, could be a rescinded offer. That's Derek's call. But you deserve to know. I appreciate it. I really do. And Alex, none of this reflects poorly on you. You got played by someone who's clearly very good at it. Don't beat yourself up. We hung up. I felt weird. Validated, but also guilty, like I'd tattled, but also angry. She'd used me, discarded me, and I was supposed to just take it? No. Friday afternoon, I got a text from an unknown number. Unknown? What the fuck did you do? Had to be Vanessa. New number, probably. Unknown. You sent those messages to Gregory? Are you fucking kidding me? You're such a pathetic little man. You can't even let me have this? They're making me sign some bullshit behavioral agreement, or they'll pull my offer. Do you have any idea what you've done? I worked so hard for this, and you're trying to take it from me because your ego is hurt? Unknown. Everyone was right about you. Controlling. Insecure. Can't handle your girlfriend being more successful. The messages kept coming. 12 total. Each one more unhinged than the last. I screenshot them all. Didn't respond. Blocked the number. Saturday morning, different unknown number. Unknown. This is Becca. You need to fix this. You're ruining Vanessa's life over some stupid joke messages. Grow up. Ah, Becca, the friend she'd confided her whole scheme to. Me, Becca. The messages weren't a joke. She admitted she was using me for connections and planning to dump me once she got the job. Which she did. I shared the truth with the person she manipulated. That's not ruining her life, that's showing consequences. Beck, she was just venting. Girls talk shit about their boyfriends all the time. You can't even take a joke. She blocked me on everything the same day she started her new job. After publicly thanking me, explained the joke to me. Becca, because she knew you'd be weird and possessive about her success. She was protecting herself. The mental gymnastics were impressive. Me tell Vanessa to stop contacting me. We're done. She got what she wanted, the job. The consequences of how she got it are her problem now. Blocked Becca too. Sunday I got an email. Not from Vanessa, from her mom. Donna. Subject: very disappointed in you. The email was something else. Called me vindictive, jealous, threatened to tell everyone what kind of person I really am. Said Vanessa was devastated and questioning whether the job is even worth it now. I replied once, Donna, I don't know what Vanessa told you, but she used our relationship to gain access to my mentor for professional advancement, then blocked me on every platform the day she announced her new job. I have screenshots of messages where she admitted to playing me and planning to leave once she got what she needed. I shared those messages with my mentor because he deserved to know who he recommended. Whatever consequences she's facing now are the result of her own actions. Please don't contact me again. Didn't hear back. Update 2, Monday rolled around. Vanessa's first day at her new job. I tried not to think about it. Went to work, focused on my projects. But I couldn't shake the anxiety. Part of me wondered if I'd gone too far, if I'd torpedoed her career out of spite. But then I'd remember those messages, the calculated manipulation, the public thank you while blocking me everywhere, the complete lack of remorse. No, she'd made her choices. Tuesday afternoon, Gregory texted me, coffee tomorrow? My treat. Wednesday morning, we met at our usual spot. How are you holding up? He asked. Honestly, I don't know. I feel justified but also kind of shitty. That's called having a conscience. It's a good thing. He stirred his coffee. Want to know what happened? I nodded. Derek called her on Friday. Like I said, HR was there. They showed her the screenshots, asked if they were real. She tried to deny it at first, said it was fake, doctored, whatever. Then she said it was just venting, taken out of context. Let me guess. They didn't buy it. Derek told her they hire based on integrity as much as skill. Said using a relationship to manipulate access to leadership, then discarding that person, shows a fundamental character issue. They gave her 2 options: sign a behavioral agreement with a 3-month probationary period, or decline the offer. She signed. But here's the thing, she's pissed. Been making comments around the office about how unfair it is, how her ex couldn't handle her success. Some people are sympathetic, others, he shrugged. Others see through it. Great. So now I'm the villain in her story. To some people maybe, but Alex, here's what matters. You told the truth. You didn't embellish, didn't exaggerate. You showed proof of what actually happened. That's not being vindictive. That's being honest. I wanted to believe him. There's something else, Gregory said. Monday afternoon she tried to add me on LinkedIn with a message. You're kidding. Wish I was. Said she hoped we could still have a professional relationship and that she'd love to grab coffee sometime to discuss strategy. The audacity made me laugh. Genuinely laugh. She really thinks she can still network her way up using whoever she can access. Derek was copied on the LinkedIn message. She doesn't know we share an account system for compliance. He declined her connection request and forwarded it to HR as documentation. So what now? Now? She does her job. She's on thin ice, but if she performs and keeps her head down, she'll be fine. But any more stunts like this, she's gone. I nodded slowly. It wasn't the dramatic comeuppance part of me wanted, but it was real consequences. Professional accountability. Thanks for telling me. And for everything. You did the right thing, Gregory said firmly. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. That afternoon I got another message, this time from Vanessa's brother, Todd. Didn't even know she had a brother. Yo dude, my sister told me what happened. That's messed up what you did. You mean sharing proof that she manipulated me for career advancement? She was just trying to get ahead, man. You're acting like she killed someone. It's business. It's not business when you pretend to care about someone to use their connections. That's called manipulation. Everyone uses connections. That's how the world works. You're just mad she didn't need you anymore. She's free to use connections. What she's not free to do is lie about her intentions, use someone emotionally, then discard them and expect no consequences. Whatever, man, you're a petty asshole. She dodged a bullet. Blocked. The pattern was clear. In their minds, I was the bad guy, not the person who got used. not the person who got blocked after helping. I was the vindictive ex who couldn't handle his girlfriend's success. Thursday, I made the mistake of checking LinkedIn. Vanessa had posted again. Starting a new role comes with unexpected challenges. Sometimes people from your past can't handle your growth and will try to sabotage your success, but I'm choosing to rise above it and focus on the incredible opportunity ahead. To everyone who's supported me, thank you. To those who haven't, your negativity says more about you than it does about me. Positive vibes rise above new beginnings. The comments were mixed, lots of "you go girl" and "don't let the haters win," but also a few "what happened" in context. One comment stood out. From Derek's executive assistant, "Wishing you success in your new role, Vanessa. Remember, integrity and professionalism are the foundations of any great career." The polite corporate shade was beautiful. I didn't comment, didn't react, just logged off. Final update. It's been 6 weeks since everything blew up. Figured I'd give a final update since people have been messaging asking what happened. First, the professional stuff. Vanessa's still at the company, made it through her probation apparently. Gregory says she keeps her head down, does decent work, but hasn't made any real connections with the team. People are polite, but distant. Word got around about what happened. Not from me or Gregory, but you know how offices are. Someone tells someone who tells someone. She's professionally isolated herself. The very connections she schemed to get, she can't leverage them because nobody trusts her. Derek apparently had a team meeting where he talked about values and integrity without naming names, but everyone knew. The message was clear: we don't play those games here. As for me, I'm doing okay. Not great, not terrible, just okay. The hardest part wasn't the betrayal itself, it was realizing how long I'd been played. 8 months. 8 months of thinking we had something real while she was just waiting to level up and bounce. That messes with your head. Told my therapist everything. She said something that stuck. Sometimes the trash takes itself out. Your only job is to not go digging through the dumpster afterward. Good advice. Socially, it's been mixed. Couple of mutual friends reached out saying they didn't want to take sides, but also couldn't believe what she did. Translation: they believe me, but don't want to deal with her drama. One friend, Jason, straight up told me, "Dude, we all thought she was using you. We just didn't want to say it because you seemed happy." Cool. Would have been nice to know 8 months ago, but sure. My family was more direct. Mom called her a social climber with the morals of a used car salesman. Dad just said, "You're better off, son. Someone who treats relationships like business transactions isn't someone you build a life with." The blocking everywhere thing still stings, not because I want her back, but because it was so calculated. She knew exactly what she was doing. Get the job, publicly thank me for LinkedIn clout, then disappear before I could respond or question anything. If she'd just broken up with me normally, "Hey, this isn't working out, I need to focus on my career," fine. Would have hurt, but I'd respect it. But the scheming, the using, the complete lack of remorse, that's what gets me. Last week I ran into Becca at a coffee shop. She saw me, rolled her eyes, and walked out. Guess I'm still the villain in their story. Honestly, I'm okay with that. Better to be painted as the bad guy by toxic people than to be complicit in their games. As for dating, not ready yet, maybe in a few months. Right now, I'm just focusing on work, hanging with actual friends, and trying not to be cynical about relationships. Gregory and I still meet monthly. He apologized again last week, said he felt responsible for introducing someone like that into his company. I told him to stop. He was doing me a favor. Neither of us could have known. You know what the worst part is? I told him. I genuinely wanted her to succeed. I was proud of her, and she saw that as weakness to exploit. That's not weakness, he said. That's called being a decent person. Don't let her twist that into something ugly. I'm trying not to. Someone asked in the DMs if I regret sending the screenshots to Gregory. Honest answer? No. Not because I wanted revenge. Not because I wanted her to fail. But because Gregory deserved to know who he was vouching for. His reputation was on the line. If she'd burned him later, that's on me for staying silent. And yeah, part of me wanted her to face consequences. I'm human. Sue me. But I didn't sabotage her. I didn't lie. I didn't exaggerate. I just showed the truth. She still has the job. She still got what she schemed for. She just had to sign a paper saying she'd act with integrity going forward. The horror. Look, I'm not pretending I'm some hero here. I'm just a guy who got played, had proof, and decided the person who helped me get played deserved to know. If that makes me petty, fine. I'll be petty with my self-respect intact. Final thought. If your relationship feels transactional, if you're wondering whether someone actually cares about you or just what you can do for them, trust that feeling. I ignored mine, convinced myself I was being paranoid or insecure. I wasn't, and you probably aren't either. That's it. That's the story. Thanks for following along, for the support, for calling out the BS when people tried to gaslight me in the comments. I'm closing this chapter now. Time to move forward. And Vanessa, if you're reading this, and something tells me you are, I hope the job was worth it. I really do. Because you lost the ability to form genuine connections the moment you started treating people like stepping stones. Good luck with that. My fiancé announced, "My ex is my man of honor at our wedding or there's no wedding." I calmly said, "Your choice." Then I canceled the venue, refunded the guests, and sent her a bill for my half. When her ex found out he'd be paying for the wedding instead, Original post: I, 32 male, was supposed to get married in 6 weeks, was, past tense. Been with Jessica, 29, for 4 years, engaged for 1. Wedding planning had been going smoothly. Venue booked, catering sorted, invitations sent. We'd already dropped about $28,000 total, split roughly down the middle. Last Tuesday, Jessica sat me down with what she called something important to discuss. She had this serious look on her face like she was about to tell me someone died. Derek needs to be my man of honor. Derek, her ex-boyfriend from college, the guy she dated for 3 years before we met, the one who remained such a good friend that he's at every birthday party, every holiday gathering, every random Tuesday night when she needs someone to talk to about her work drama. Your ex-boyfriend, I said slowly. You want your ex-boyfriend standing next to you at our wedding? He's my best friend, Tom. You know this. We've been through everything together. Everything, including a 3-year relationship that ended because he cheated on you with your roommate? She waved that off like it was ancient history. That was 7 years ago. We've both grown. He's changed, and he's been there for me through so much. I sat back, took a breath. Jess, I've been patient about Derek. I've been cool with the friendship even though it makes me uncomfortable, but standing up at our wedding, that's a different level. Her face hardened. This is non-negotiable, Tom. Either Derek is my man of honor, or there's no wedding. The silence stretched between us. She was actually serious. After 4 years together, after all the planning, after the deposits and invitations, she was willing to throw it all away if her ex couldn't stand next to her while we exchanged vows. Your choice, I said quietly. She blinked. What? You heard me. Your choice. Derek as man of honor or no wedding. You decide. I already told you my decision. Okay then. I stood up. No wedding it is. Tom, wait, you're being ridiculous. You're really gonna cancel our wedding over this? I'm not canceling anything. You just did. You said no, Derek, no wedding. I said no, Derek, so according to your ultimatum, we're done here. I walked out, went straight to my home office and got to work. Update 1. 3 days later. The thing about ultimatums is that people who make them never expect you to actually accept the consequences. Jessica tried calling me that night, 12 times. I didn't answer. I was too busy sending emails. First, the venue. We'd booked this beautiful historic mansion. The coordinator was surprisingly understanding when I explained the situation. Since we were outside the 30-day window, they could refund 60% of our deposit. Not great, but better than nothing. Next, the caterer. Similar deal, partial refund, about 50% back. The photographer was cool about it. Full refund minus a small processing fee. The band had a strict no refund policy, but they offered to honor the booking for a future date if needed. I told them to keep it open. By 2 a.m., I'd contacted every vendor. Then came the hard part, the guests. I drafted an email. Dear friends and family, due to irreconcilable differences that have recently come to light, Jessica and I have decided to cancel our upcoming wedding. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. If you've already made travel arrangements, please contact me directly, and I'll do my best to help offset any non-refundable costs. Thank you for your understanding. Tom. Sent it to all 150 guests on our list. Then I did the math. Total spent $28,000. My contribution, $14,000. Recoverable, $8,500. My loss, $5,500. I screenshotted every cancellation confirmation, every refund receipt, everything. The next morning, Jessica showed up at my apartment. I'd been expecting this. She had a key, but I'd installed a door chain the night before. Tom, what did you do? Canceled the wedding, as we agreed. I got calls from my cousins. My mom is freaking out. You told everyone we're not getting married? We're not. You made that clear. Derek or no wedding, remember? I didn't mean, I was just trying to make you understand how important this is to me. And I understood perfectly. You prioritized your ex being in our wedding over the actual wedding happening. Message received. You're twisting everything. Derek is just a friend. A friend you'd cancel our wedding over, apparently. She started crying then, not the pretty, delicate tears, the ugly, snotty, desperate kind. Please, Tom, we can talk about this. Maybe Derek doesn't have to be man of honor, maybe just a regular groomsman? Oh, so now it's negotiable? Interesting. 24 hours ago it was your hill to die on. I was emotional. You know how I get. Yeah, I do. You make ultimatums expecting me to cave. Not this time. So that's it? 4 years just gone? I pulled out my phone and showed her the spreadsheet I'd made. Here's the bill. Your half of the cancellation losses comes to $5,500. I'll need that within 30 days. Her face went from sad to furious in about 2 seconds. You want me to pay you? We both lost deposits. I'm not eating your half because you decided your ex was more important than our marriage. This is insane. I'm not paying you anything. Then I'll take you to small claims court. I have all the receipts, the cancellation confirmations, and about 15 text messages where you acknowledge we were splitting wedding costs equally. She stared at me like she'd never seen me before. You're serious. Dead serious. You made your choice. These are the consequences. She left, slamming the door so hard the chain rattled. Update 2, 1 week later. The entitlement escalation was swift and spectacular. First, Jessica's mom, Linda, called. I actually liked Linda before this. She'd always been reasonable. Not anymore. Tom, sweetheart, Jessica explained everything. This is all a big misunderstanding. No misunderstanding, Linda. Jessica said Derek had to be man of honor or no wedding. I chose no wedding. But you know how girls are about their weddings. She just wants her best friend there. Her best friend who she used to sleep with. That's ancient history. You're being insecure and controlling. Ah, there it was. The narrative had been established. I was the controlling boyfriend who couldn't handle his fiancée having male friends. Linda, she made an ultimatum. I accepted it. End of story. You're destroying her. She's been crying for days. Fix this. She can fix it herself by paying her half of the cancellation fees. Linda hung up on me. Then came the social media assault. Jessica posted this long, dramatic thing about how some people can't handle strong women with male friends, and how jealousy and insecurity destroy beautiful things. Her friends rallied around her immediately. My phone started blowing up with messages from mutual friends asking what happened. I posted nothing, just sent the same response to anyone who asked. Jessica demanded her ex-boyfriend be her man of honor. I disagreed. She said it was that or no wedding. I accepted no wedding. Most people got it immediately. A few tried to argue that I was being unreasonable. I stopped responding to those. But here's where it gets good. Derek reached out, not a call or text. This man showed up at my office. Security called up to ask if I was expecting him. I was curious, so I said yes. He strutted in like he owned the place. Derek's one of those guys who peaked in college, still wearing his fraternity ring at 30, still talking about his glory days as quarterback. We're mad. We need to talk, man to man. We really don't. Look, I get it. You feel threatened, but Jess and I are just friends. Nothing's gonna happen at the wedding. There is no wedding. Come on, don't be like that. You're really gonna throw away what you have with her over pride? Pride? She literally chose you over our marriage. She chose friendship. That's what mature people do. I laughed. Actually laughed. Mature people don't demand their exes stand next to them at their wedding. You're being pathetic, dude. Man up and let her have this. Let me explain something, Derek. There's no wedding. It's canceled. Vendors notified, guests informed, deposits lost. It's done. His face changed then. Wait, you actually canceled everything? Yep. But she said you were just being dramatic, that you'd come around. She thought wrong. The deposits, how much did you lose? About 11 grand total. I'm billing Jessica for her half. Derek went pale. Her half? She has to pay that? Why do you care? He didn't answer, but I could see the wheels turning. Then it clicked. Oh my God, she already asked you for the money, didn't she? His silence was all the confirmation I needed. That's amazing. She wants you there so badly that she's asking you to pay for the privilege. How much did she ask for? That's none of your. 5 grand? 6? He stood up abruptly. You're a real piece of work, man. She deserves better. Then she should marry you. Oh wait, she already tried that and you cheated on her. He left without another word. Update 3. 2 weeks later. The Derek situation exploded exactly how you'd expect. Jessica called me screaming. Actually screaming. I had to hold the phone away from my ear. You told Derek about the money? I didn't tell him anything. He figured it out when he realized there were actual financial consequences to your ultimatum. He's saying he can't help with the wedding costs. He was going to help me pay my half. I nearly choked on my coffee. Wait. You expected Derek, you're just a friend, ex-boyfriend, to pay for half of our canceled wedding? He offered to help. He felt bad about the situation. The situation you created by demanding he be your man of honor? You're the one who canceled everything after you said it was him or no wedding. Jesus, Jess, do you even hear yourself? This is all your fault. If you just accepted Derek. If I'd accepted Derek standing next to you at our wedding, what would have been next? Derek coming on our honeymoon as your emotional support friend? Derek moving into our guest room when he has relationship troubles? Where exactly was the line going to be? Silence. Then, quietly, you don't understand our friendship. You're right. I don't understand being so committed to an ex that you'd throw away your future marriage for him. I wasn't throwing it away. I just wanted... You wanted to have your cake and eat it too. You wanted me to be the stable, reliable guy who pays half the bills and Derek to be... What? Your backup plan? Your emotional affair partner? How dare you? Pay me my money, Jessica. You have 2 weeks left. I hung up. The next day I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. It was Derek's girlfriend, Ashley. Yeah, Derek had a girlfriend this whole time. Is this Tom? Yeah. I'm Ashley, Derek's, ex-girlfriend now. I wanted to thank you. Thank me? I've been suspicious about him and Jessica for months. When he came home ranting about wedding deposits and how you were being unreasonable, I made him show me his texts with her. And? Let's just say they weren't appropriate for just friends. I dumped him on the spot. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. Don't be. You did me a favor. Also, thought you should know, Jessica's been telling people you were abusive and controlling throughout your relationship. Derek's been backing her up, saying you isolated her from her friends. Of course she has. I'm happy to set the record straight if you need me to. I have screenshots of their texts. Nothing explicitly sexual, but definitely emotional affair territory. I appreciate that, but I'm good. Let them tell whatever story they want. People who matter know the truth. Ashley laughed. You're handling this better than I would. I'm just tired. 4 years of competing with her ex-boyfriend was enough. For what it's worth, you dodged a bullet. Any woman who needs her ex that badly has issues. Update 4. 3 weeks later. Jessica's final attempt at manipulation came through her dad, Robert. Robert and I had always gotten along. We'd watch football together. He'd help me fix my car a couple times. Solid guy. So when he called, I answered. Tom, can we grab a beer? Just want to talk. We met at a sports bar downtown. He looked tired. I'm not here to change your mind, he started. I just want to understand what happened. I told him everything. The ultimatum, Derek as man of honor, the cancellation, the money. He listened, ordered another beer and sighed. She gets this from her mother, he said finally. The ultimatums, the dramatics. Linda pulled the same crap with me for years. Really? Oh yeah. Either we buy the house I want, or I'm moving back to my mother's. Either your brother stops coming to Thanksgiving, or I'm not cooking. Always something. How'd you handle it? Poorly. Gave in every time. Enabled it. And now look, Jessica thinks that's how relationships work. We sat in silence for a moment. The Derek thing, Robert continued. I never liked it. Told both Linda and Jessica it was inappropriate. Got overruled. You knew about him being man of honor? Found out last month. Told Jessica it was a bad idea. She said you were fine with it. She lied. Yeah, I figured that out when you canceled everything. He pulled out his wallet. How much does she owe you? Robert, no. How much? $5,500. He wrote me a check on the spot. That's between you and her, I said. No, it's between me and her now. She can pay me back. Or not. Frankly, I'm tired of cleaning up her messes, but this one's on me for not teaching her better. This feels wrong. Take the money, Tom. Consider it an apology from the family for wasting 4 years of your life. I took the check. For what it's worth, Robert said as we left, I think you would have been good for her. Maybe this'll be the wake-up call she needs. Maybe, but I doubted it. Final update, 6 weeks later. The wedding date came and went. I spent it fishing with my brother. Peaceful day, no drama. Perfect. Jessica tried one last Hail Mary the night before what would have been our wedding. Showed up at my door at 11 p.m., dressed in the little black dress I'd bought her for her birthday. The one she knew I loved. I didn't remove the door chain. Tomorrow was supposed to be our day, she said softly. Yeah, well, I made a mistake. Several, actually. Derek and I aren't even friends anymore. Ashley told him to choose between me and her. He chose her. Good for them. I lost you. I lost my best friend. I lost everything. You didn't lose anything, Jess. You threw it all away. Can't we just... You don't even want to hear me out? There's nothing to hear. You made it crystal clear where your priorities were. Derek meant more to you than our marriage. That's not something you come back from. I was confused. I had feelings I didn't understand. There it was. Finally, the truth. So you did have feelings for him. Her silence said everything. Go home, Jessica. Tom, please, go home. She left. I watched from my window as she sat in her car for 20 minutes before finally driving away. The aftermath. Derek and Ashley apparently worked things out. Good for them, I guess. She's a stronger person than me. Jessica moved back in with her parents temporarily. Robert told me she's in therapy now, working on boundary issues and emotional dependency. Maybe she'll figure it out, maybe not. Not my problem anymore. Linda still thinks I'm the villain. Posted some passive-aggressive thing about men who can't handle strong women on Facebook. I blocked her. My boys threw me an unwedding party on what would have been the reception date. We went paintballing, ate too much barbecue, and nobody mentioned Jessica once. It was perfect. I kept the engagement ring, sold it last week, used the money for a solo trip to Iceland I'd always wanted to take. Posted one photo of the Northern Lights. Jessica viewed my Instagram story within minutes, still checking up on me, I guess. People ask if I regret it. If I should have just let Derek be in the wedding party to keep the peace. Hell no. The second she made that ultimatum, she showed me who she really was. Someone who'd hold our entire relationship hostage to keep her ex in her life. Someone who'd rather lose me than set a simple boundary with Derek. The wedding would have been beautiful. The marriage would have been a disaster. I saved myself years of competing with a ghost, of wondering what was really going on during their friend hangouts, of being the third wheel in my own relationship. The $500? Worth every penny for the lesson learned. When someone shows you their priorities, believe them the first time. And when they make an ultimatum thinking you'll cave, call their bluff and walk away with your dignity intact.